How did hip hop come into your life?
Yeah, man. So I feel like hip hop. I feel like every like foreigner like has like the same like cliche story, right? Of like hip hop like taught me English, right? Kind of. But like we actually spoke like a broken form of English back in Liberia. So when I came here, I had to kind of like adapt and learn like the new like the culture, right? The slang, what's cool to wear, and and like hip hop kind of like taught me, right? So like really early on, like I'll be real, I can't even like break down like exactly like what like what got me like like deep into hip hop. But I would say, let's say like really early on, probably at the age of like 6 or 7 years old, I got like super into like Nelly, and then like I like really discovered hip hop, like meaning like this is like the guy where it's like like he really like brought me into hip hop and said this bro like it's for you. It's probably like I'll say Drake in 2009 because at that time I was like in like middle school, right? And just the ushering of Drake into hip hop, man, like him like singing, man, rapping, just being like just mad vulnerable, and also too like not being like a super thug, right? That kind of like brought me into hip hop, and like Drake kind of like made me love hip hop.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Yo, I got to say it too, right? Well, first off, like my the hair, you feel me, right? Okay. But like also too, right? Yo, like so like even in like high school, right? Like we all had the same saying, right? Called Drizzy Me Daddy, right? Like pretty much saying like Drake is my like my father, So yeah, bro, it was some huge OVO stand shit going on in high school, man.
How'd you get your name?
Yo, so Poetic Flakko, all right, man. So
is it Flakko or Poetic Flakko?
It's like Poetic Flakko.
Okay.
Right, so like at that time, like ASAP Rocky was coming in and like ushering in like a new style, right? So I'm not sure if you guys like went through like the high school style where like wearing like the Sperry's and like the dress up shirts and like chinos, like that was kind of like the wave, right? Like being more so like high fashion, wearing like this, like skinny jeans, the skirts, et cetera, et cetera. So ASAP Rocky kind of like ushered in like a different generation. So when ASAP Rocky came in, he started like calling himself Pretty Boy Flakko, like the prettiest dark skinned nigga, right? So again, I think highly of like myself, right? Like I also think I'm probably like the like the prettiest dark skinned nigga that I know. So I just took name of like Flakko from like ASAP Rocky and add Poetic because at that time my like rap name was like Poetic Genius and like Lyrical Genius, right? So as I got into like the YouTube, that kind of like just like stuck with me, right? So like the Flakko name I had like since like ASAP Rocky, right? When I was like probably like 14 years old. But then once I started YouTube, I kind of like combined my like rap name of like Poetic Genius with my like name, Flakko.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So how did you get into doing the whole YouTube, and what made you passionate about wanting to be in the hip hop space and being a voice and everything?
Yeah, man. So like I started YouTube, I would say at the end of 2020, so December-ish, right? So like how kind of started was like my goal was to kind of like make a YouTube channel and like expose like the pro-black guys, right? Like the Boys Watkins, Brother Polite, Umar Johnson. Well, I was actually defending Umar Johnson, but like guys like that, right? So I started off like trying to like kind of like call out the scammers, like I'm Jay Morrison, et cetera, et cetera. So when I started doing that, it kind of like led from like, like you're calling out the scammers to now like my audience just wanted me to like talk about, like Umar Johnson, right? So like when I'll do like a video about, let's say like Jay Morrison, I'll get about like 500 views, but then Umar Johnson took me like 5,000 views, right? So eventually like it went from me talking about like the scammers in the black community to me just talking about Umar Johnson. But then once I just started talking about Umar Johnson like exclusively, that led me into like a community by accident, right? So there's currently there's like a community, right, where like is of content creators, and all they do is make videos either exposing Umar Johnson or like defending him. So I started off kind of like defending Umar Johnson from like the accusations of him being a scammer, et cetera, et cetera. So once I got into that, man, like I'm talking about like, bro, it got rough for me, right? Because like there like were folks trying to like, like dox me, slander me, call my job, right? So like at that time, like when like I got into it, I really wasn't friends with any other like content creators, and like there like was this guy called Couch Potato, right? And Couch Potato kind of said, yo, like, cause like he was also like I'm defending Umar Johnson as well. So like Couch Potato said, bro, yo, it's gonna be me and you, ride or die, going at it with all these like other like freaks and weirdos like who were like trying to like attack Umar Johnson. So then once like Couch Potato, kind of like took me like under his wings, bro, I started going hard at it, bro. I'm talking about like dropping a video like every day, following Umar Johnson's every move, right? So then after about like 6 months of doing that, I realized that it was time to go. Once a weirdo hired a girl, and like, so he hired a girl and like had a girl like pretend to be like my like ex-girlfriend, right? And so like first off, like she started like capping and saying like I moved her to Minneapolis, Minnesota, which was cap because I never like lived there, right? So he hired this girl to say, yo, I'm the ex-girlfriend of like Poetic Flakko, and like we broke up because he scammed me, like he stole like my money, my credit cards, and then also too, I found him having a fucking orgy with like 4 guys, right? And so like once I realized that people were willing to go that far over Umar Johnson, I said, yeah, I'm not making, I want no smoke, right? So then I left talking about Umar Johnson and started talking about hip hop. Now, I always wanted to like do hip hop, right? Cause like at that time, like guys like Diamonds Live, Academics, they were like the staple in hip hop commentary. And they kind of just left. So like there was this huge void that was left. And like at that time, I kind of felt like, damn, bro, like there's nobody else that I enjoy listening to like Acro Diamonds Live, right? Like that void is there and there's nobody else, right? There's like no other blogger who is actually doing like a great job at this shit. So I kind of said, like, yo, bro, like if Acro not coming back, if Diamonds Live not coming back, and there's nobody else who's trying to like fill that space, it's my job now to come in, like and start like the, real blog, real like entertaining shit, so that's how I got into like the hip hop.